Hi, everybody. Welcome to Von Cupcake Yoga. I'm your host, Gretchen, and today we're going to do a nice flow for when you're feeling overwhelmed. I'm going to call it an anti-anxiety yoga flow today. We're going to use a couple blocks, so anything roughly the size or shape of this will do well for you. However, blocks are pretty easily available on big box stores, online, Amazon, all that good stuff. But if you don't want to use blocks, anything roughly the size or shape of this, a nice book will do well. We're also going to use blankets. So go get yourself a blanket. It doesn't have to be your big comforter. I'm talking maybe a small, heavy throw blanket. And so I use these Mexican blankets, and I think they're wonderful. However, whatever blanket you've got is going to work out just fine. So get yourself a blanket. And of course, anything else that you might need for your yoga practice. If you like to use straps or whatever, you are welcome to take whatever products and props that you need for your yoga practice. And of course, everything I say today is a suggestion and not a command. Make any adjustments and movements for your own body. Learn to listen and breathe and learn the difference between that delicious ache of a stretch and pain. We do not want to be in any kind of pain, but a nice, yummy, achy stretch is good for you. So you just kind of decide for you because it's different for everybody. So let's get started, shall we? Well, we've got this blanket. And so we're going to roll this blanket up in a nice long burrito type shape, something like this. And the goal is to have this go up your spine. So think about how long your spine is, and that will help you kind of put your little blanket burrito roll together. And it may require you to adjust it a couple times, but you are worth the time to make it right for yourself. So let's bring that blanket long ways on your mat. And we're going to come to sit in front of this blanket. And then we're going to line it up with our sacrum and then just slowly lower down on top of the blanket. Just like this. Bring your arms down to your side and bring your palms facing up. The good thing about using a blanket is you can always roll up the end if you need a little support for your neck. You may like to let your head just hang. It's up to you. But wiggle and move on this blanket until you feel fully supported. And bring your palms facing up and start to breathe. Take in any noises that may be around you. Just kind of notice that they're there and just put them up on a little cloud and let them float away. And throughout our practice today, if thoughts and things come into your mind, it's perfectly normal and perfectly natural. Just return to your breath and let those thoughts float away on a little cloud too. They will be there for you when you're done, so no need, they'll be there. Just breathe. And draw your attention to your breath. Notice as it comes in through your nose. Feel your chest rise. Feel maybe your belly expand, making no changes, just noticing and observing. Tell your body it's okay to start to release. Maybe those glute muscles want to clench up. Tell them to let it go. Relax those muscles. Start to do a little scan of your body, bringing your attention to the top of your head. And as you breathe, draw those attentions down towards your shoulders, maybe down into your back, maybe around your hips and your glutes, maybe down your legs, maybe around your shins and your calves, all the way to the bottom of your feet. And you're looking for any areas that might feel a little extra tension. And just breathe into those areas. Start to deepen your breath. Inhaling completely, filling your belly nice and full. Let your rib cage expand. Open mouth, exhale completely. I invite you to take the Ujjayi breath at any time during your practice, and that's to inhale through your nose and exhale out the mouth. I find that is great for releasing the tension. So maybe today in your practice, try the Ujjayi breath when you need to release a little bit more. Take one more big full breath in. Exhale completely. And maybe gently roll to one side, just enough to grab a hold of that blanket and pull it out, set it aside, come on back down to your back, and notice the difference in your body since you don't have that blanket underneath of you. Maybe the mat feels a little cool beneath your back. Maybe your back feels a little flatter to the ground. And as we start to invite some movement into our practice today, let's extend and take a deep breath, extending our arms up over our head, maybe interlacing our fingers and pressing our palms outward, maybe gently bending one knee and straightening one knee. Big breath in, feel that chest expand, and exhale completely. Bend into your knees, draw your knees to your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side here. Breathing in completely. Maybe notice your hips as they are pressing into the floor as you're rocking. And gently bring those feet to the floor. Big breath in, exhale completely. Line up those heels with your hips. Extend those arms down by your side. Maybe the palms are facing down. Press into your feet, lift your hips. Come into a little bridge pose here. Pressing your pelvis towards the ceiling or the sky. Point those knees towards that wall ahead of you. Tightening those glutes. Big breath in, exhale, roll it down completely, nice and slow. Cross that right ankle over that left knee and gently sway that little cluster of legs side by side. And maybe we see our right foot heading towards the floor. And maybe as we sway the pendulum back the other way, we feel that right knee heading towards the floor. And then we sway back to the other side. Maybe that right foot comes a little closer to the floor. Swing that pendulum back. Maybe that right knee comes a little bit closer to the floor. Sway back. Maybe that right foot comes all the way down to the floor. Finding yourself in a little reclined twist here. Extend your arms out to your side and maybe turn your gaze over to the right. Your knees and your feet should kind of be headed towards the left side of your mat. And then our head is facing the right side of our mat. Our arms are extended out by our side, and we're just going to breathe here just a little bit. For every inhale, I want you to think the words renew, refresh, recharge. And for every exhale, let go of what came before. It no longer serves you. You don't need it anymore. There's no reason to keep it. Let it go. Start to turn your gaze back up to center. Tighten up on those tummy muscles. Draw those knees back to center. And then release that right foot down, bringing your feet back kind of in line with your heels, swaying your knees a little from side to side just for a moment. And then maybe we can cross that left ankle over that right knee. And continue to sway from side to side, letting that knee come a little bit closer, that left knee come a little closer down, and maybe that left foot comes a little closer to the other side. Just continuing that sway, letting that pendulum sway a little heavier each time until you find yourself able to maybe bring that left foot down on the right side of your mat. Take a couple breaths here, extend those arms, maybe turn your gaze over to the left-hand side of your mat. Exhale completely, breathe. Inhale completely and exhale completely. Enjoy this twist, letting your body melt into the ground. Big breath in, tighten those tummy muscles, draw those knees back up, and then release that foot down. Sway those knees a little bit from side to side. And then bring your arms down by your hips. Gently press into that mat. Just slowly press yourself up. We're going to come to an easy seat. Now we have this blanket here. Where did my blanket go? Here it is. So we have this blanket here. So I'm going to make myself a little seat on this blanket. So I'm going to fold it up kind of into something roughly about yay big. It's like maybe like 11 by 14-ish size, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't pull out a ruler or anything. Just kind of fold it up. And you're going to give yourself a little pad to sit on. So bring it right underneath and then have a seat on that mat. It may feel really nice to have those hips kind of elevated, especially if you have like a heavy belly. Sometimes that might feel really good for you. And so maybe we find our crisscross applesauce is a little bit more comfortable this way. Shoulders back and down. Bring your hands to your knees. Take a couple breaths here. Inhaling completely through your nose, filling your belly, filling your lungs. Open mouth, sigh it out. Take another big breath in. And on your exhale, maybe roll that chin to your chest. Let that head feel heavy. Big breath in, and on your next exhale, roll that right ear towards that right shoulder. And of course, we can extend that left arm out, pointing that chin in a couple different directions until you find that perfect neck stretch just for you. Big breath into it, sigh it out. On your next exhale, release that hand down, roll that chin to your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, roll that left ear to the left shoulder. Breathe here. Maybe we can extend that right arm out, pointing that chin in some different directions till you find that perfect neck stretch for you. Breathe fully, open mouth, sigh it out. Allow your body to melt. Exhale, roll your chin to your chest, release your hand down. Extend that, bring your head back to center and extend that left leg out ahead of you. Now it can be straight in front of you. It can also be kind of off to the side, and that's okay too. Press your belly inward so you can have full movement of your hips. So if you've got a little belly in the front, just kind of move it out of your way to where you need to be. My leg's going to be off to the side, but right in front is just fine too. So it's just whatever works best for you. And then this right foot is just bent in towards your groin. It doesn't have to go in very far, just in that direction. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale both those arms up. Big breath in. Pivot towards your extended leg wherever it may be. Hinge forward at the hips, reaching forward until you find that edge. And then you can bring those hands down wherever they may be. Maybe we gently press that right shoulder in towards the left. With your inhale, make your back feel nice and tall. And with your exhale, maybe you can creep those fingers forward and deepen that stretch. And that could be just a millimeter of an inch. It could be just in your imagination. All is well. Maybe bring that chin to your chest. Gently start to walk those hands back. Nice and easy. And then draw the soles of your feet together to touch. Make allowances for your belly. Maybe move it inwards, releasing those hips. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side here. That might feel really nice for you. And those feet can be as close or as far from your groin as they need to be, whatever serves your body here. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Our hands can go on our knees or our shins or our feet. We're going to take a big breath here and start to hinge forward at the hips, maybe wrapping your hands around your feet. Allow that chest to start feeling heavy. You may not move very far. You might be able to lay completely forward. It really just depends on your body, but just kind of focus on leaning your torso forward. Maybe bring your chin down to your chest. Letting gravity slowly take you. Inhale completely and exhale completely. Start to walk those hands back. And we're going to extend that right leg out. See what I did there? Now that right leg can be directly in front of you or gently off to the side, whatever serves your body the best. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale both those arms up. Pivot towards that extended foot. Hinge forward at the hips, reaching towards that foot until you find that nice stretch down the back of your legs. Then those hands can come down wherever they may be. Take a big breath here. Make yourself feel nice and tall. Exhale completely. Maybe you can inch forward just a little bit more, releasing your chin to your chest. Maybe gently pressing that left shoulder in towards the right leg. Start to walk your hands back up, nice and slow. Big breath in, exhale completely. Return to your crisscross applesauce. Big breath in, inhale both those arms up. And we're going to bring this right hand to the left knee and bring this left hand back behind you. Press it into the floor, sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath here. And then on your exhale, leading with your belly, go into a twist here, leading with your belly, then your shoulders, your neck, and then your head. Exhale. With every inhale, make yourself feel a little bit taller. And with every exhale, maybe we deepen that twist there. Pretend your spine is like a wash rag and you're twisting and wringing out all that old energy that no longer serves you. One more full breath in and full breath out. Gently start to release. Drawing your body back up to center. Big breath in, inhale both those arms up. And we're just going to go to the other side. So left hand to the right knee, right hand back behind you, pressing into the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Leading with your belly. Exhale that belly to a twist, then your shoulders, your neck, and then your head. With every inhale, make yourself taller. With every exhale, maybe we deepen this twist. And gently start to release. Gently bring your body back to center. Big breath in, exhale completely. Extend those legs out to each side as wide as is comfortable. Maybe it's a little more comfortable having that blanket underneath your hips. Pressing your belly forward, making allowances for your body. Sit up nice and tall here. Inhale completely. Exhale, draw those hands down your shins, down towards your feet as you lean forward. Letting that chest feel nice and heavy, bringing that chin to your chest, sinking down. Breathe into your body. It's okay to let go. Very gently, very slowly start to walk those hands back, bringing your body back up. Inhale, both those arms up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, a different type of forward fold here. Bringing those hands down in between your legs. Let that chest feel heavy. Maybe we inch those fingers a little bit out. Bringing your chin to your chest. Maybe a gentle dip of one shoulder and a gentle dip of the other shoulder. This might feel amazing. And if it doesn't, then don't do that. And that's okay. Big breath in. Exhale completely. Let your body relax. Ease into those stretches. Start to walk those hands back. Nice and easy, nice and slow. And then we're going to go to our hands and knees, to our tabletop posture. And you want to move that blanket kind of out of your way. Unless you just particularly want to have that blanket under your knees, you absolutely can. In fact, I think I will here, just so that you can see it can be done. So I'm just going to bring that blanket underneath my knees and finding that tabletop posture. And I'm going to extend this right foot out to the side. Maybe I turn it so the blade of my foot is pressing into the mat. And I'm going to slowly walk my hands back and bring myself up to kneeling here. Inhale, both those arms up, big breath in, sway over to the right towards that extended leg, and then bring that hand down, finding a side body stretch here. Gate pose. Now that foot, you can have that foot twisted with the heel at the bottom and the toes pointing up if that serves your body better. Of course, a very slight bend in the knee will work well for you as well. Breathe into that side body. Exhale, completely draw that body back up to center. Inhale, both those arms up. Maybe gently press that pelvis forward. Exhale, bring those hands down to the mat. And then shift those hips back just a little bit here. You might feel a really nice stretch here in your hamstrings. Take a breath. Exhale it out completely. Sinking those hips back. Shift that body forward. Bring that right knee back to meet the left, finding your tabletop posture once again. And maybe sway those hips a little from side to side. And we're just going to go to the other side here. So extend that left foot out. Blade of the foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Walking those hands back, drawing your body back up. Inhale, both those arms up. Exhale, lean towards that extended leg, bringing that left hand down. Gate pose on this side. Breathe completely. And of course, you can always turn that foot so that the toes are pointing up if that serves your knees better today. Exhale completely. Inhale, both those arms up. And then fold forward the hips, bringing those hands back down to the mat, shifting those hips back just a moment here. Inhale and exhale. Draw that knee back to meet its brother or sister over here. Shift those hips from side to side. And then bring your knees nice and wide as the mat, and bring your big toes together to touch. Sink those hips back. Find yourself in a nice child's pose here. Walking those hands forward, allowing that chest to gently come down to the mat, sinking those hips down. Take a couple breaths here. Now you do have blocks, so if this is a little bit challenging for you, you can always take one of those blocks and put it underneath your chest as you lower down for a little extra support. So that's available to you if you want to use it. Just breathe into your child's pose here. Send that breath all around your body, scooping up any old energy that no longer serves you. And with every exhale, let it go. Press into those hands. Start to press your body back up. Maybe if you had that block, you can move it out of the way. Coming back to your tabletop posture, bring your left foot forward. And we've got these blocks here. So use the blocks however you'd like to use it to bring that earth to you. Shifting those hips down and forward, being careful to not allow our knee to extend over our ankle. So if it does, you can always scoot that foot forward a little bit, or the back knee, you can scoot back a little bit. Shifting those hips down, shine that heart forward, shoulders back and down. Big breath in, exhale completely. Maybe you bring your hands up onto your knee. Maybe this works well for you. Or maybe we can extend our arms up towards the ceiling. Maybe you look up here. Finding your kneeling warrior one. Big breath in. Exhale completely. Bringing those hands down to the blocks. Pressing into that front foot. Start to straighten that front leg. Letting those toes lift up. Maybe those hands walk a little closer to your hips. We're working our way towards a reverse split here. Big breath in, make your back feel nice and flat. Exhale, fold forward here. Maybe you can release your chin to your chest. Allow your body to open. And we're going to shift, gently start to bend into that front knee, drawing those toes back down to the mat. Bring your hands up to frame that front foot. Shifting those hips forward, shine your heart forward, returning to that low lunge. Maybe you can lunge a little lower. Inhale and exhale. Press into those blocks. Draw that left foot back to meet the right. Coming back to our tabletop, sway those hips a little from side to side. And then we're going to bring that right foot forward, just like the other sides, shifting those hips down and low, being cautious to not extend that knee over our ankle. And if it does, make adjustments to your body. Bring your hands to your blocks, shine your heart forward. Maybe we can bring our hands up onto our knee. Maybe we can extend our arms up over our head. Maybe we look up. Breathe here, sinking nice and low. Bring those hands to blocks. Press into that front foot. Start to straighten that front leg. Let those hips start to sink back. Maybe walk those hands closer to your hips. Toes come up. Take a breath here. Make your back feel nice and flat. Exhale. Start to fold forward. Release that chin. Start to bend into that front knee. Start to bring those toes down to the mat, drawing your hands back up to frame that front foot, sinking those hips down deep into that low lunge. Press into those blocks, draw that foot back to meet its partner. Come back to your tabletop. Sway a little from side to side here. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Press the fingertips into the mat. Tuck those toes underneath of you. Big breath in. And on your exhale, press into your hands, press into your feet, lift your hips. Find a little down dog here, just a little one. And then gently bring those knees back down to the mat. Shift those hips back. Find your child's pose. Walk those hands forward. And maybe walk your hands towards the right hand side of your mat. Shifting your hips towards the left. Find a little side body stretch here. Maybe feel good to look underneath your arm. Hello. Gently walk your hands back to center. Inhale and exhale. And then walk your hands towards the left hand side of your mat. Shift your hips over to the right. Maybe you look under your arm. And start to walk your hands back to center. Press that body back up to your tabletop, but shift forward into a kneeling plank. You can absolutely take a full plank here if you like. Start to lower down, bending those elbows, pointing them back with as much control as you can come up with. Adjusting that body, press into those hands, lift that heart up, just your heart, a little baby cobra, big breath in. Exhale, lower back down. Let's do one more. Press into those hands. Lift your chest, maybe just your chest. Maybe we press up a little further and go into an up dog here. Big breath in. Tuck those hips back. Find that child's pose. Come back up to your tabletop. And then we're going to come to a seat. We're going to take this blanket. And we're going to make ourselves a little pillow because we deserve it. And I want a pillow. So grab yourself a block. Bring it to the side of your mat so it's easily reached. Bend your knees and start to roll back. Rest your head on your fancy dancy pillow. Take a couple breaths here. Bend into those knees if they're not bent already. Press into those feet. Lift your hips. Grab that block. Tuck it right underneath your sacrum. And you may need to adjust and move a little bit until you feel completely supported. But once you do, enjoy this supported bridge pose. Take a few breaths here. That ujjayi breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Big breath in and draw those knees towards your chest. It may feel really good here with this block underneath of you. And if it doesn't, you can pull the block out and that's okay. But for me, I'm going to keep this block. And with every inhale, I'm going to feel my belly gently press against my legs. With every exhale, I'm going to gently bring my legs a little closer to my chest. And then extend your feet towards the ceiling. Let those legs lean towards your head. Flex those feet, press those heels towards the ceiling. Maybe bring your arms out to a T with your palms facing up. And spend some time here, maybe rolling out your ankles, gently bending one knee, gently straightening one knee. Maybe absolute stillness is where you want to be today. It's your choice, however you want to do it. Maybe you bend your knees. Maybe you straighten your legs. Whenever I'm at home and I'm feeling overwhelmed, I lay like this with a block or a big heavy pillow underneath my hips. And I extend my legs toward the ceiling and allow this inversion to help with my anxiety and my overwhelmed feeling. You can also take this at home and bring your legs up the wall. If you have a blank wall in your house, you can do that too. Big breath in, bend those knees. Bring those feet down. Press into those feet, lift up on those hips, grab a hold of that block, pull it out of the way, roll those hips down nice and slow. Notice the difference. Maybe that mat feels cool. Sway those knees from side to side. With every inhale, send that breath around your body, scooping up old energy. With every exhale, sigh it out. Bring your feet nice and wide as the mat or even wider, and let those knees just kind of lean in towards each other. They don't have to touch. In fact, most of you all, they won't, and that's okay. Just kind of in towards each other, and then draw your arms to cactus arms, and then draw your fingertips towards each other. So you're kind of making a big circle around your head. Breathe here for a little bit. Start to return to your breath. Inhaling completely, filling your belly, filling your ribs, expanding completely. Exhale fully. Maybe tighten those tummy muscles and press out all that old air. Keep breathing nice and deep, pressing out all that old air, completely changing the air and the breath that is in your lungs. Renew, refresh, release. And then draw your body to your favorite side. Shifting over, finding yourself in a little fetal pose here. Maybe that blanket folds over and it gives you a little pillow. Take a few breaths. You are worthy and capable of doing amazing things. Don't ever let anybody stop you from your dreams. Slowly, very slowly start to press yourself up. Returning to your easy seat. Maybe close your eyes. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Draw the palms of your hands together to touch right at your heart center. Maybe bring your chin to your chest. And as we bring honor to the beautiful culture that gave us yoga, the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me tonight. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this stretch. I hope you're feeling a little less anxious. It's a great one to come to whenever you're feeling overwhelmed. Thank you for A Little Twisted Yoga Studio for providing such a beautiful space for us. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider sharing with a friend and subscribing to our channel. I would love to hear from you. So if you let me know in the comments down below what kind of stretches you'd like to see, or maybe if you have an area of concern that I haven't touched upon yet, let me know and I will do my best to provide. And until next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.